live with the podcast. That's right. Heels, faces, shoot daddies, shoot mamas, shoot aunties, shoot uncles. We're back. It's another episode of the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast. This is the only podcast you can find online. The only wrestling podcast, that you can find online. There's a lot of other podcasts out there. We all know that. But there's only one wrestling podcast out there, and that's this one, the Shoot Brothers. It's the only podcast you can find out there, hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne, and my co-host, Mike the Shoot Shepherd.
Bam!
The road, we're walking down this road. It's the lonely road. It's the only road that I have ever known, but it's the road to WrestleMania, and we have a great show coming up, of course. Monday Night Raw keeps rolling. Of course, we have the Wednesday Night Wars, the fallout from Revolution. Mike, I don't know if you heard, Uncle Dave gave it 6 stars.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be pretty high up there.
I mean, a Mike 5, a Dave 6. It's all the same. It's pretty similar.
It's pretty similar.
Which was really good. And then everything else, I think I saw everything else was kind of like 3.3 and 3/4 stars.
3.5, 3/4.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I think the women's match was a bit lower.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I think I was kind of surprised with a couple of the matches. I thought Darby Allin was better. I thought the main event and the Pac Cassidy could have bumped up to 4. But
give
whatever.
Give him a 4.
Whatever. It's AEW's highest rated match ever. So that's for what
I think it might be the highest rated tag match ever.
Ooh, I would like to look back onto that information.
Yeah,
but regardless, it's big for AEW.
Yeah, we knew it was a great match too. I gave it the 5-star. The hard cap 5-star.
I was you put your foot down.
Yeah, but Dave, he can do whatever he wants. He's the Don. He's the Godfather.
Also, we should probably cover, though, Mike. Although the Shooties, of course, everybody loves the Shooties. It is the most prestigious wrestling category trivia, award show out there. But there is one that falls slightly below us. That is the Wrestling Observer newsletter, yes. And the 2019 results are actually out.
The Shooties are the Oscars. This is the Golden Globe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it. Yeah. I like that. It's a good one. Of course, just quick winners are off the bat. Wrestler of the Year went to Chris Jericho.
That's a fair choice.
No surprise there. He
was in the running for us, I think.
Of course, he was in the running, right? And AEW, New Japan, just being what he is was huge. Lucha Bros winning the Tag Team of the Year.
Yeah,
which is which is great. I mean, I think they were both of our winners, which was super cool.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So these guys are just raking in these champions. I think I saw Will Ospreay was like best performer.
Yeah, he had best wrestler and best performer or something, which is kind of I guess his ways.
Chris Jericho winning best on interviews, so best promos.
Best on the mic, yeah. Him and Cody.
He could have given it to
there.
Cody, exactly. Yeah.
I think that's what we did.
I think, yeah.
That's both killing it.
Of course, big news weekly TV show of the year went to AEW. Also big news for All Elite Wrestling. They didn't take home match of the year, I don't think. There were a couple other things. I think it was Will Ospreay, Shingo Tagaki took home, I think, what was their match of the year. But I think they did have... sorry, I'm just scrolling through right here. I feel so bad. New Japan Pro Wrestling won Promotion of the Year.
Yeah.
And sorry, keep going?
Yeah, no, one I do remember is he gave The Fiend the best gimmick or the best character, I think. So even through all the shit.
There you go. Yeah, Chris Jericho is best box office draw. And this was also pretty cool. For 2 years in a row now, Johnny Gargano has been a part of the Feud of the Year. This year, he won Feud of the Year with Adam Cole. And last year, it was Gargano Ciampa.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is super cool. I mean...
good stuff.
It's great for everybody. But yeah, there you have it. And be sure to go back and listen to those Shooties. Because they're fun.
Yeah, they are fun. They're still relevant. The Hot Award Show.
Ooh,
spectacular.
Most overrated for 2 years in a row goes to King Corbin.
Yeah.
Yikes. Shorty G, underrated. Jungle Boy, Rookie of the Year. Hey, I think I had him as
Was he a rookie?
I know. I had him as a Star of the Future.
Oh,
Keith Lee was my Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, no, Dave mostly agree with his picks, so Even though we had some different ones, it's still good choices.
And then finally, Best Major Wrestling Show went to Double or Nothing.
Ah, yeah. Well, it had my favorite match of the year on it.
Yeah, no, of course.
And many other great ones.
And there you have it. That was sort of great. Everyone's winning shit. Great year for AEW, gotta say.
Yeah, good year for wrestling,
Great year for wrestling. Can't wait to keep moving on, just as if we're moving on with the show. We're getting right into it, though. Of course, we're going to start off our week. We have a new Tweet of the Week champion. It's the Tweet of the Week. It's the Tweet of the Week.
A new undisputed.
It is.
Champion?
It's fairly undisputed, I would say. New Tweet of the Week champion, of course, coming hot off the heels of last week, off bro Vince Russo. So we're stealing the belt from earlier on in the week. Bray Wyatt tweeted, "Life is a circle. No matter what beast you make of yourself or how bright one side is, inevitably the dark side comes again. But the beauty of the circle is, round we go." Classic cryptic Bray Wyatt stuff. And then a fan at Scarborough Kyle.
Scarborough?
Who knows? It could be his last name. Who knows?
I don't know.
At Scarborough Kyle tweeted out, "You booked your brand new tag champs to lose clean in a non-title match. Are they trying to completely destroy their characters? Hashtag SmackDown Live." And Bray Wyatt simply responds to him, "Yes." Yes. WWE is trying to completely destroy their characters. Bray Wyatt, there you have it. You are a 3-time Tweet of the Week champion, hopping into that third spot solely now, which is fantastic.
Yeah. He's telling it like it is,
Telling it like it is.
He's been through it himself this past week or two, so.
Yeah, a mere, yes. And this was 5 days ago?
I guess it was like a week ago, yeah.
Whenever
Saudi
he tweeted
show.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got this title, Bray, so there you go.
Yeah, no matter what, you're going to be a Tweet of the Week champion. At least for this week. We don't really know about the rest of the week.
We don't know. Yeah, keep busy, keep on that computer. I mean, I guess you got John Cena, so.
Yeah. Thanks, Bray.
Anyways, thanks, Bray.
There you have it. There's your Tweet of the Week champion. Let's keep moving on with our week, because you didn't just come here for Twitters and stuff like that. Monday Night Raw is happening.
Let's get raw. Let's get raw.
I think there's a belt on the line. I think we have new tag champs.
There might be a couple belts on the line, maybe.
I think there could be. But either way, we're live from Somewhere Town, USA.
Brooklyn.
Oh, they left their beach balls there. I didn't see a single beach ball. Did you? Remember that?
Nope.
Remember that?
Yeah, I guess they're at the Barclays, presuming.
No beach balls.
No beach balls.
What the hell?
But you had Paul Heyman. He's kind of got a beach ball shaped figure there. So he's Paul Heyman and his client Brock Lesnar. They come out to start the show, and Heyman's talking about the main event of Mania, and he says it's a sham. Drew McIntyre's just a hyped up fraud, and he's a big stupid bitch that's gonna get squashed. So Drew doesn't like that, so he comes out. Him and Brock go face to face, and Brock acts like he's gonna leave, and then he comes charging at Drew, but he eats a claymore. So Drew stands tall, he leaves. Brock he's dazed, he's fucked up. He takes a minute to recover, and then the crowd starts taunting him with the na 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 na, hey. The classic. Goodbye. But then they're not done. He gets up to the top of the ramp, and Drew runs out, hits another claymore, and then for the hell of it, he hits a third one just to be certain. So
a third one. Brock's selling, man. Like it is fun to see, and you and I we've been caught up in the Brock Lesnar whirlwind before.
Oh yeah, when when he's ready to put on a good match, and you get caught up in it, he's a good performer.
I did see a little video on Instagram of, maybe you saw the same thing when they're at the top of the ramp there. It was a fan had posted, it's just somebody filming the television footage, right? But you can see where Brock so Drew McIntyre hits him with the claymore, and then he's just standing over top of him, clearly caught up in all of this, like, insane moment, right? Mm-hmm. But he's not really doing anything else, and then you can see Brock say to Drew, pick up the title.
Oh,
Or he says, "Pick up
okay.
the belt." He says, "Pick
Yeah.
up the belt." And if you you watch again and like, sorry, Mike, we're destroying the business. I thought, you know what? I thought it would the other day, off topic. I thought it would be fun if we had like a second show. Not a second show, but you throw in occasional ones where it's like we're not the Shoot Brothers anymore. It's like we're the Work Brothers. So we're just
everything's
two
real.
people. Everything we see is real.
Yeah.
I thought, throw in like, and then the theme is kind of like the opposite of what, like, I don't know. I was thinking everything would be the opposite. And the Work Brothers.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny to do.
But yeah, it's just watching
The
this
Work
video,
Brothers.
just seeing Brock say pick up the belt, and it was just one of these things you think of when you're trying to take down the dude with the belt. You hold the belt when he doesn't have it anymore, and Drew wasn't doing it. He was caught up in the moment, and for Brock just to keep selling like that, he knows what's best, I think.
Yeah, he's smart. He knows the business.
He's smart. He knows the business. He has been in it for coming up on 20 years now.
Yeah, I
2003?
mean, but collectively, the amount of time he's around may not be as much, but
Of
yeah,
course,
he knows
of
what's
course.
going on. He knows what's going on.
He knows what to do.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But let's continue here. The Street Profits come out. They cut a little promo, and they've got a tag title match coming up. And if they don't lose, they will not get another shot. That's their last chance. And that match is right now. So Street Profits taking on Rollins and Murph the Smurf, as they call him. Yeah, this was a good match. Street Profits, they're great. We haven't seen them used as much as we'd like, but yeah, the crowd's still into them. Ford, he's the real gem. He's fucking flying all over the place, getting that crazy height. During all this chaos, Rollins calls AOP out to attack Ford, but the ref catches him, throws him out, and during all this commotion, Kevin Owens sneaks in, hits a stunner on Rollins, and Ford follows up with his huge frog splash and gets the pin to win the title. So that's great for them. They're a fantastic team.
Fantastic team. Hopefully we can see them rolling into Mania. God, so much of that card already in my mind just feels like it's written already, right? And the WrestleMania card, to me, doesn't seem like there's a space for Kevin Owens.
Well, if they can hold off, I imagine he'll just face Rollins there. Or maybe it'll be like Rollins and AOP and Murphy versus Owens and three other guys. I don't know.
Like, when in doubt, throw the mixed tag kind of thing
Yeah.
together, which they can kind of pull off, which stinks. I feel every year, didn't Kevin Owens not really have much to do last WrestleMania, or it was him and
Yeah.
Shane? I think no,
I can't even remember.
I can't even remember. Yeah, it seems
Exactly.
like
That's the point.
besides Jericho Owens, which I remember
Yeah.
thinking was okay,
Which, didn't quite live up to what people wanted.
didn't quite live up to the hype, but
he's never had that big WrestleMania thing, really.
Yeah,
He's had some fine matches here and there, but never a big thing.
which is too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah, and it seems like it'll be that way again. Even if he does fight Rollins, it'll just be kind of mid-card, 10-minute match somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like he fits even on kind of like on a U.S. title picture. I don't even really see that happening just the way that's going right now. So it's too bad. But speaking of too bad, we have more action in the ring.
Well, yeah, it is too bad for this next guy. Riddick Moss is out here defending his 24/7 title in an official match against Ricochet. So quite the drop. He goes from fighting for the WWE title 3 days before to fighting for the 24/7 title. And he can't even win that. Riddick Moss, he hits him with some neck breaker driver thing and gets the win. So, wow. Poor Ricochet, man.
This is this a burial?
I don't yeah.
It
I don't know.
feels like this is how someone gets buried.
What did he ever do, though? What did he do to anyone?
I don't think anything.
he-
I don't think anything really. But if Vince if Vince is the one who makes the decisions,
Why did he even have him face Brock a couple days ago? I don't know. He made him look like a WWE contender. He had to win matches to get there.
because this was a lose-lose for Ricochet, honestly, because
even-
either you lose the match and you had to fucking job out to a jobber, or you win the match and now you're the 24/7 champion, which isn't
Yeah.
your thing, which is our
And-
truth's thing. It's just they're different things. They are
And he didn't even get screwed. He lost clean as a
clean.
whistle.
It was like it was super clean.
Yeah, in like 2 minutes.
This is
So that was-
crazy, Oh, God.
Like
And
if he was, if he was down in NXT, he'd be in that. He could go for any of those titles.
Yeah, he could. Yeah,
But,
no, he could do anything in any other thing. It's just. It was sad. It was weird. It was weird to watch.
It was sad.
It was weird to watch because really, depending on next time we see Ricochet, will really be the.
It'll probably be the Andre Battle Royal.
Or yeah, well, it'll determine at least like what's happening because I mean, losing to Brock. Okay.
Yeah, then we all expected that.
Everybody's lost to Brock. Losing to Brock so quickly, didn't expect that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, 1-1, and now losing
And
to
then
Riddick
Riddick
Moss,
Moss.
clean. It's like, okay, now you're 1-2, or 1-2, or whatever. It's like you're good
You're-
pros and
you're-
cons.
You're 0-1 and you're 0-2-1. We'll give you an overtime loss.
Yeah,
for that.
exactly. Yeah, so it's like, okay, like really, if what the next thing that'll happen will just be, yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Unless maybe he'll go the Jinder Mahal route out of nowhere. He'll just win the title after being a jobber for a while.
That'd be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
That would be a pleasant surprise.
Do the
actually.
yeah.
Why not?
But oh well. Let's go on here. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles, comes out, cuts a promo on The Undertaker, beating him for that prestigious two-way trophy. Yeah, but AJ's got a match against Aleister Black. And before the match starts, AJ grabs the mic and he says, "Hold on, you're going to get your fight. But you didn't read the contract you signed. If you want AJ Styles, you got to go through Carl Anderson." So we get Black versus Anderson. Carl lasts a few minutes. Black hits the Black Mask, gets the win. But then AJ gets on the mic and says, "Wait a minute now. You got to go through Luke Gallows too." So, of course, Black versus Gallows. Gallows lasts a bit longer. But he's too aggressive. He doesn't break his striking on the ref's count, so he gets DQ'd. Then all the OC members jump in, beat up on Black, hit a magic killer, and then the final match begins. Black versus Styles. AJ takes advantage of the beaten up Aleister Black, and he hits a phenomenal forearm, and he pins Black. But he does it like The Undertaker with the hands across the chest. But this is Black's first ever pinfall loss on the main roster.
Okay,
Kind of for
so
nothing.
this was my next question. Did Styles Black happen last week, or was it supposed to happen this week?
It was supposed to happen this week. I think they promoted it last
Right.
week.
Okay. So they took what could have been an incredible match. Just let's think about it. To a weird flat segment, and Mike, like you said, first loss on the main, like first pinfall loss on the main roster.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. They are going to do the rematch on the pay-per-view. So hopefully that'll at least get a proper match out of it.
You know, it's a proper match out of it without shenanigans. See, that's the other thing, right? Anytime AJ Styles is never too far away from the rest of the OC.
Yeah. I guess that's their way of justifying pinning Black, is that he had to go through it's his third fight in a row.
Yeah, it's like that handicap kind of thing where
they wanted that visual of AJ doing the Undertaker pin. But
who knows? Okay.
Why Black?
Yeah.
Why Black?
Yeah,
I
why
don't-
Black, right? Yeah, it could have been anybody
Could have
else.
been Ricochet. Could have been Ricochet.
Yeah,
right?
why not Ricochet? Yeah, okay, let's keep going.
Let's go on. Some women's action here. I didn't think they'd give this match away for free on Raw either. Liv Morgan taking on Ruby Riott with Sarah Logan in there as special referee.
I swear there was probably like a post-Shield matchup that was probably this exact same thing. I picture like Dean is the ref.
Yeah,
it was like Roman and Seth against
Probably-
Dean. Or
Yeah,
sorry,
I
Dean
would-
as ref, yeah.
I'm
Something
sure
like that.
That did happen, yeah.
You know what I did rewatch the other day, Mike? I gotta say, folks at home, if you're sitting there on the network wondering what to do, there's an episode of SmackDown when it's AJ Styles and James Ellsworth with Dean Ambrose as the special guest ref.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It ends
Yeah.
with like I think it ends. Dean's just throwing around dirty deeds to both dudes,
Yeah.
I think, or just to
Or,
AJ, and then Ellsworth gets the pin.
He gets the pin, so it wasn't a championship match?
It was not a championship match. They're both knocked out cold,
Okay,
and then
yeah,
Dean,
yeah.
drags James Ellsworth on top of AJ Styles.
I do remember. That whole feud.
That whole
I remember
feud was incredible.
It was. I remember they had the WWE title match, and then Ellsworth hits the no chin music, and he gets a big near fall, and everyone goes crazy.
It was huge. And what better to sell? AJ was just selling it so hard.
Yeah, it was like out of nowhere. It was the Buster Douglas.
It was so
But it wasn't quite.
cool. Go back and watch that match.
Yeah.
Dean's on his phone. He's like
was that
eating
the-
popcorn from the first row.
Do you remember the one? I don't remember which match it was, but when Ellsworth they did the Styles Clash, but he tucked his head the wrong way and he almost killed himself.
You're right. I don't remember what match it was, but I do remember it looking scary.
AJ like stopped himself partway down because he would have fucking killed him.
Yeah, because he realized, because he's so good.
He's that damn good. Yeah, he's phenomenal.
He's that phenomenal. Anyways, let's get we're sidetracking here. Let's get back to this women's action because it's not Dean Ambrose.
Well, it's still phenomenal though. Liv Morgan, she looks great.
The phenomenal Liv Morgan versus
the shiny Ruby Riott. Ruby's in control early on. She hits some stiff clotheslines to the back of Liv's head, goes for the cover, only gets to 2. She starts complaining to Sarah Logan that her reffing is bad. She shoves her, and then Liv rolls up Ruby. So Sarah counts fast, really fast 3, and then Ruby complains after the match. So Liv kicks her, and then Logan kicks Liv. So Sarah Logan, of all people, stands tall going into the chamber.
And all 3 of them are going into the chamber. This was fine. I think Ruby Riott looked great. She like just returned, right? Or at least it feels like it.
Keep it short. Build the story.
Yeah, hopefully they'll get another chance down the line. They can have a match together.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah,
they'll
in the
have
chamber,
a thing.
They'll have some good spots. There'll be some fun spots.
Would it be weirder if they put them on the mic to explain what the hell's going on, or is it weirder? Is it weird if they did it, or is it weirder that they're not doing it? Which one's weirder?
I don't know. Didn't they? I think most of them have explained except for Sarah Logan.
Yeah, that's a good point. Point.
Liv's doing her own thing. Ruby doesn't buy it. She thinks she's just a little follower still, and Sarah's just in the middle going, "Ow!"
Because I guess the next step is to give them promos of "We used to be friends, now we're not." That's kind of like the next step,
I don't know. Didn't Liv do that promo already? She was like, "When Ruby came back, I was happy, but not anymore."
But if it's a program, they're gonna have to give them more time on the mic, right? Or are you just gonna have kind of like 3 matches and then move on, or
I don't think they're getting any Mania programs, so I don't know what they're. This might be it at the chamber.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, we'll move on. But friends who aren't best friends anymore, like there's so much we can just milk out of that.
But it comes and goes. Like Sasha and Bayley, look at those two. They hate each other. They love each other.
They hate each other. Love each other. They hug. They don't need to tell us what's going on.
Yeah. But let's move on here. We got some hot angles going on. And one of your favorites, No Way Jose, comes up backstage with his conga line. And he approaches Eric Rowan in his cage. And Jose's like, "Hey, man, can we please see what's in that cage?" Rowan's like, "You know what, man? After all these weeks, I've been waiting for a guy to just be respectful and ask me nicely, so I'm going to show you."
I don't even want to keep going. There's nothing to build up. Like Mike, your anticipation build up is better than is like more anticipating. Like it's a better reaction than what you're actually going to say.
I got to work with what I got. I got to do what I can. So he says, "I'm going to show you," and he pulls out a giant tarantula that he bought at Toys R Us. This giant, it's moving, it's wiggling. They all run off. They're scared. They're freaked out. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell at first if this was meant to be the real creature or if this was Rowan fucking with them with a toy. What do you think? Is this the real creature?
Oh my God. Okay. This was particularly tough for me, Mike, because not only was it the hottest angle going for me, it involved my least favorite person on the fucking roster. Like this was like this was a double whammy. It has to be fake. Or no, it has to be him fucking with people. That can't be the payoff. Because
that's where I'm split. I think that could be it, but I think this could be the thing. It could be that they're just going to treat it like it's a real spider. A giant ass tarantula.
See, it's like if that's it, somebody
it didn't look terrible.
Somebody fucked up. If that's it,
didn't look terrible.
If that's it, somebody made a drastic decision because they're hit the point where they weren't telling us what it was, where they should have a while ago, right? But they kept building it. For No Way Jose just to say, "Hey man, what's in the cage?" and Rowan to pull up a plush spider. Like somebody made a fucking rash decision. That makes I can't live in a world where that
I'm
was,
riding this one out. I'm still.
where that
I'm
was the
still
final decision. You're still riding it out. There has to be something else in that cage, or just nothing in the cage.
Even if this is the spider, I want them to go all the way with it. Have it start managing him in the corner.
How's that gonna work?
Put it in the corner in the middle of the match and start sneaking over and pins the guy.
What is it? Is a little fucking battle bot in there?
Someone could. What if they got like drone technology? It starts flying. Holy fuck! A flying spider. Could anything be more scary than that?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm right split in the middle on this one. It didn't. I can't say I'm fully disappointed. I'm not fully satisfied. It's right in the middle.
Yeah, the build-up was the build-up was way more than half the fun, I think.
I did get, if this is the creature, we did get a creature. I wanted it to at least be a creature.
Yeah,
I didn't want it to be a fake thing, like a severed head.
That was your guess all along, that it was going to be like you said like a rat, I think,
or some sort of rodent, or.
But my bet
spider.
was on that it couldn't be fake. It had to have been. It'll have to be real, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I think you were siding more on it could be fake.
Yeah. We're not done. That's all.
Oh, I pray to God
this has
not
opened
done.
up a whole new can of questions.
Yeah, it seriously
this.
has. It seriously. Isn't it funny though that my mind just kind of went here where Eric Rowan pulling the spider out of the cage. To us, that's so deflating and far-fetched, but Ramblin' Rabbit and Mercy the Buzzard are like totally normal. We're like, yep, those are characters that live in this world, and they're not controlled by it. They have their own spirits, and that's that. That seems plausible to me, but the spider
That's
for some reason just doesn't.
I'm half in, half out.
Yeah, it's weird.
We'll see.
How
We'll
bizarre.
see.
How bizarre.
But let's go on here. Women's action. Shayna Baszler taking on Kairi Sane. Some history here. These women both beat each other for the NXT Women's title.
Oh, yes. Ooh,
yeah, a good while ago. But, Kairi, she does all right here. She gets some moves in, but she starts getting too confident, starts taunting Shayna, smacking her ass. So Shayna makes her pay, works over that leg. Becky Lynch comes out at some point with some big fly coat and glasses, looking like a 90s rapper.
A rock star.
A rock star, that's true. Yeah, she's the man. She joins the commentary team. The fight continues in the ring. Shayna locks in the Kirifuda clutch, gets the win. And there's rumors Asuka may be injured because she was supposed to fight Shayna in this match here, and so she might not even be in the chamber. Kairi could just take her spot, I guess.
Yeah, well, Asuka took Kairi's spot for a little bit there and kind of ran the horn. But was this Shayna Baszler's first win? Did she go last week? I can't remember.
I think it's her first match.
This may have been her first main roster match. 1-0, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, I guess. Well, I mean, this is what we're getting, right? We're getting Shayna Baszler,
assuming.
Becky Lynch.
That's what we assume.
Yeah.
There's always swerves.
There's always swerves.
Day of the show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
Steph.
Oh, well.
Steph could roll in there to replace Asuka in the chamber and walk home with the dub. Next thing you know, we're getting Stephanie McMahon, Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay.
You
Book it.
Let's go. Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo taking on Andrade and Angel Garza. This is you and I. This is our U.S. title ladder match at Mania in the making. But this was a tag match here.
Yeah, I still think this is it. I still think it's going to be this fatal.
No, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Because we've kind of forgotten Andrade's the U.S. champion. He was gone for a month and hasn't really done anything. But
Oh,
match
right.
was fine.
He was on the wellness policy for what rhymes with, or what probably rhymes with, Frofrane.
Kurt Cobain.
Yep.
So match was fine. Carrillo hits a nice moonsault on Andrade to get the win for him and Rey.
Yeah. Just picture this, but with something at stake would be awesome.
Ladder match, U.S. title. Let them have some fun.
So let's kind of keep them away for a couple. We got to, I guess, kind of form it for a couple weeks. We have that. Maybe we keep them away from each other, and then Mania will be hot.
Yeah, we're closing in.
We need steps. I think
there'll be a couple steps.
You gotta have some steps, baby. You need some steps.
Yeah. Well, who knows? This next thing might have a step. We don't know because we don't know what the status is of the Rated R superstar Edge. So his wife, WWE Hall of Famer, NXT commentaryist
Close.
Beth Phoenix.
You want to try that one again?
No.
Calm. Write that one down.
Commentator. Beth Phoenix comes out to provide a medical update on Edge. But before she can really say anything at all, Randy Orton comes out as well. And he's really not reading the room. He goes to hug Beth, who shuts him down. And he goes for a handshake, and she just calls him a son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, maybe not. She speaks directly to Randy, and then Orton grabs his own mic and says after what he did, Edge will never wrestle again. And he just kind of tells the story of him as a younger man going to a show in 1999, and he met some people backstage when he wanted to break into the business, and the one man who came up to his father to shake his hand was Edge, who told him how proud it was to meet Cowboy Bob Orton, the legend in this business. And he talked to Randy, and he's like, hey, man, good luck, kid. Maybe one day we'll work together. And then he goes over their history. They wrestled for the IC title, rated RKO, and but Randy, his demons, he hit a wall, and he dug himself in a deep hole, and he should have been dead. But Edge dug down, he reached in, he pulled him out, he helped him realize there's more to life, family, teach your kids how to live right, and he did all that because Edge saved him. So he returned the favor, and he saved his life because at the Royal Rumble, the reception for Edge was so big, and he just knew that one night wasn't enough, and Edge thought he was back for good, and he knew better. So he didn't want him to end up in a wheelchair, and he wanted Beth to have a husband, and, he wanted their children to have a father, so thanks to me, that can happen. I did it because I love Edge. I love you. I love your little girls. He was getting real deep here.
Yeah, odd. It was a weird way, weird way to show your love.
Yeah. But
it works for him.
It worked for him. He says, you know what? Deep down, it's not my fault. It's your fault, Beth. You're an enabler. Edge is a junkie for the roar of the crowd, and you did nothing to help him, so I had to step in. So Beth, she starts getting emotional. She finally just slaps Randy in the face. He calls her a bitch. She kicks him, and then he RKOs her. So she's dead. Man-on-woman violence. You don't see it enough.
When you phrase it like that, don't phrase it like that.
The folks at home know what I mean. Well, it was a perfectly placed bump from two professionals. Beth was fine.
Of
the
course,
RKO looked
course.
great.
Just like the presumably dozens of other women that have taken RKOs over the course of time. I'm sure Steph has
seen
done
him do it to his own.
I'm sure.
I've seen him do it to his own children into a swimming pool. So.
Well, I think that's a little bit different. Yes, yeah. Honestly, though, Beth Phoenix should have known. What was he wearing?
He had the sweater vest on.
He was ready. He was ready for that surprise RKO. You should have known. Should have known, Beth.
Yeah. So she's dead. The last few minutes of Raw are just she's in very deep, intensive care.
Yeah.
So the last few minutes of Raw are just medical staff helping her out, and the commentary in their quiet, somber, concerned mode. When everything's very serious, they just get very monotone. Like I don't know what to say. But that's how Raw ends. We don't know. Those children, their parents might both be crippled.
Yeah.
Poor Lyric and Ruby.
Those are the names?
Yeah, he name dropped them.
Those are cool names.
Randy, they are cool names, huh?
Yeah. This what's happening. This what's happening.
Hot
but
angle,
you know what?
hot
You know what
angle.
happens?
This is,
You hit my wife.
Yeah.
Or you RKO my wife. I spear you. That's kind of the
I spear you.
That's the trade off. But that was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that's your top non-title match at WrestleMania, I think.
One of the top non-title matches at WrestleMania, and that was Monday Night Raw, folks. We're gonna let's keep moving though with the show.
Yeah.
Usually, we're gonna skip trivia this week, but we played this game a little bit. We played this game last week, a few weeks back, and it was a lot of fun. And we're a little more prepared this time, so let's move on over to Would You Rather. It's simple rules, right? I mean, we all kind of get it. Mike, I have 4 Would You Rathers for you.
Yeah, I'll give you 4 as well.
Woo! Okay, Mike, I'm going to kick off because you went last time, so I'm stoked. So I'm stoked on some of these.
I'm excited, yeah.
So Mike, okay, so right now there are I can count 5 part-time / returning superstars for this year's WrestleMania, right? We have Brock Drew, Taker Styles, John Cena the Fiend, Goldberg Roman, and Edge Randy. I don't think there are any more. Those are the 5 that I see coming on. So Mike, would you rather the part-timers go 5-0 at WrestleMania, or the part-timers go 0 for 5 at WrestleMania?
I would have the part-timers go 0 for 5.
0 for 5, of course. So Drew, AJ Styles, The Fiend, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton
Yeah.
all walk home with the wins.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that I would probably want to change the most would have Edge win.
Of course,
So-
yeah. I knew
You know, the greater good, I think that would
for
definitely
the
be
greater
the better
good,
side.
AJ would, in this world, AJ would give Undertaker his 3rd WrestleMania loss.
Yeah.
Which would be big. John Cena would also lose at WrestleMania. I mean, a couple of these are, I think a couple of these are going to happen anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to see a sweep on either side, but yeah, no, I would have the full timers.
The full timers.
Get the win.
There you go.
Yeah, the young guns, the Bloods. Anyways,
The Bloods.
all right, my next one for you. This is more, if you ever got to meet these guys, know them personally.
Uh-oh.
If you ever had a chance. So would you rather? Would you rather?
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, listeners. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, just build the anticipation.
Oh my God.
All right. Would you rather get high with Matt Riddle or get drunk with Adam Page?
That's a good question. Oh my God. Because it would be the what are we doing after thing,
I don't know.
I mean,
the world's your oysters.
because I feel like, you're hanging out with Adam Hangman Page, you're going to go to a country bar or a rodeo, and he's so much better looking than I am. I would just fall by the wayside, and all the women would be attracted to him. Like, you could definitely go, you could definitely go longer, drink all night with Adam Hangman Page. You'd still have a great time, but with Matt Riddle, I feel like we could smoke bowls in Sam's basement and kind of just sit there and build your Minecraft world or
Yeah,
play
order some
play
pizza.
threes, like it would be that. Like I could hang out with them for same amount, 4 or 5 hours, sure, but all night you're just getting stoned and watching Tim and Eric. That's a dream come true, so I'm gonna have to go with getting high with Matt Riddle.
Yeah, good choices. Yeah, I think I'd probably do that as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's the way to go. Okay, Mike, let's talk world titles.
All right.
So talk world title time, babies. I'm going to include and from here on out. I don't know about you, Mike, but folks at home, if I'm saying world titles like in professional wrestling, AEW is one of them.
Oh yeah.
I just want to get that out there.
Yeah.
The AEW World Championship is on the same level as I think it's on the same level as the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the world titles.
Yes, I agree.
Great. Okay, Mike, so let's talk about world titles. Would you rather Jon Moxley loses his title in his first title defense? There's nothing currently set up, but it could be next week for all we know.
Yeah.
Or Roman beats Goldberg at WrestleMania only to lose the next Friday back to Goldberg.
I'll probably do the Roman Goldberg.
We'd rather get the belt back on. Goldberg as fast as we
Just
can.
because I figure it'd probably come back off him again quick too. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'd have to do that. It would have to be some. Although the only thing that I think about, if Jon Moxley did lose the belt, let's say he did lose the belt on the first title defense, it would be because of a crazy I never saw it coming reason. And maybe that angle could, be so huge and over for me that in the moment you would be so lost. So I think it would be a little bit. It would be a little bit closer for me. But yeah, I think Goldberg also.
All right. Okay. Would you rather have Roman Reigns main event every WrestleMania for the next 5 years?
Okay, until 20. Until like 2025? Okay.
Yes, or have Brock Lesnar main event every WrestleMania for the next 5 years.
Oh my God, this one's tough. I feel like they're about the same age too. No, Brock's probably like 40. I bet Roman's probably like 5 years younger. He's probably a bit younger.
Yeah, he's definitely younger than Brock.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say, fuck. I'm not gonna like either answer that I say though. I would rather Roman Reigns do it. I'd rather Roman Reigns main event WrestleMania every year because I feel as though they could weave people in and out of him, and it would feel a bit better. Where Brock, all of Brock's Mania matches are all the big dude against Brock, and then it was kind of like. With the Seth Rollins thing against Brock, I feel like more people could work with Roman than people that could work with Brock. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I would rather Roman Reigns do that. The Roman Reigns fucking heel turn is gonna be huge too, and it's gonna have to happen at one of those WrestleManias.
That could happen at one of those 5.
It could happen at one of those 5. So
if you do it halfway through, then it freshens up the next 2.
It would be crazy. Yeah.
Hollywood Roman Reigns.
Oh, that would be so cool. No, yeah. Whenever Roman Reigns turns heel, he's gonna come back in his OG Shield garb, like the straight up like fucking bulletproof vest, and you like the baggy pants into the boots. Like I think
the tactical.
Oh yeah, well he'll have to change his fucking look, right? Like and I think that's the way we got to go for it.
What if he cuts his hair?
Oh my God, no.
What if he cuts off his pinky?
No.
Like when you leave the Yakuza. Yeah.
No, Jesus Christ. He gets all his tattoos covered up or erased or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. He has to grind them off with like a
just heat.
A stone. Yeah.
Like, ha.
Just heat. Whose turn is it?
Oh, I think it's my turn actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we got off there. Mike, let's talk about a couple different brands.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of brands all over the world, and they're not all.
Pepsi Cola.
There's Pepsi Cola. There's Impact. But they're not all perfect. Everything's kind of lacking in some places. You think some things could be better. So, Mike, my question for you: would you rather the top 5 women from the NXT division move over to AEW, or would you rather the top 5 AEW tag teams move over to the main roster, Raw or SmackDown or both, depending on any way you kind of want to configure it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good both ways. But I think I'd have to take the tag teams.
You want the tag teams moving over to the main roster?
Yeah, just because that talent. I mean, the woman talent are amazing as well. But wait, you said it's the top 5 of each, so you'd get 10 men total for the tag teams.
Yeah, you would get the whole team. So
yeah. So based on numbers as well, I think I do that. Bang for buck. Literally, as I get the Young Bucks.
Because you got the Young Bucks over there,
Mike. But I mean,
it
does have a double-edged sword because I mean, then they have to book them properly.
Yeah, and that's one of the trouble. Mike, I'm going to go the other way on you though. I'd rather let's get Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and Candice LeRae and Io Shirai, Tegan Nox. Let's move all of these incredibly talented women over to AEW.
That would definitely shake their
Imagine that. Nyla Rose is going to have someone to look out for.
A lot. Because she'd have a lot to look out for.
Exactly, a lot to look out for, right? And I think that would just beef up AEW so much. It would be awesome.
Excuse me. Well, we'll see if either of those happen.
We'll see when the interbrand trade happens. We'll see.
All right. This next one is another personal one for you.
Oh, Jesus.
What would you like to do? Yes, last time I proposed some marriages to you.
You did?
This time, not quite as serious, so you don't have to think as hard. This one's more just going on a date. So would you rather go on a date with Carmella or Liv Morgan?
Good question. I think a lot of this would depend on what the date activity is going to be. I feel like if
your choice.
Well, I mean, is it my choice? When you go on a date, it's not my choice. You want to do something that's going to cater to the date because you want the date to go well.
Yes, but you can choose to cater to her. It's your choice.
Well, of course, as I mean, just dating strategy number 1. But I feel like, if this is the queen of Staten Island we're talking about here, she's going to want to go to a nice Italian restaurant, sit down, look good, bottle of wine. Where Liv Morgan, I don't know, maybe Liv Morgan, you could just kind of, meet up just for drinks a little bit later. Maybe see where the night takes you. Maybe of people who play at an open mic down the road, and they do a midnight comedy set over here. It's just across the street. You can go to a few more places.
Yeah,
we have to go with Liv Morgan on that.
Yeah, I think I'd go with Liv Morgan as well.
There you go.
But two beautiful women that I would love to have the opportunity with either. To date.
Thanks for clarifying that, Mike. Okay, Mike, I have one more would you rather here for you.
Yes.
Mike, you shot up the shoot meter last week when Cody said an AEW pay-per-view is going to come to Canada in 2020. Those were the words, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's hope that he says was true. But Mike, my question for you is, Mike, would you rather that AEW does not come to Canada, Toronto in 2020, or would you rather the WWE does not come to Toronto in 2020?
Well, I'd rather the WWE not come. We've seen plenty of those the last few years. It's time for some AEW. I can take.
Amen with that, brother. I agree. Even if it's just the one opportunity we get to see AEW.
We will not be missing it.
We will not be missing it. And you know what's great though? We're probably going to go to Raw or SmackDown whenever it does come to town. We'll probably we'll just make plans to do that. Yeah, so we can actually go to a few shows.
We can do both.
We can have our cake and eat it too.
Yes, exactly. Why buy a cake and just let it sit?
It's just going to melt because you bought ice cream cake.
Yeah, you go to DQ, which is...
I went to DQ, and I got a cake
kind.
shaped like Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah, with that fucking gel icing on the top.
Yeah,
that shit.
Yeah, it's perfect.
A big dog on it, that's all it was. All right, the final question of Would You Rather. Would you rather win a free trip, all expenses paid, everything taken care of? So a free trip to WrestleMania or a free trip to Double or Nothing? So it's kind of like your last question a little bit, but not...
yeah, similar. Oh, yeah, well, it's also almost kind of like, hey, you can go to...
Still picking a show, one show or the other, yeah.
This one's...
yeah, don't think about the tickets, the price, the flying, anything, not. Just the show.
This one's tough because...
I mean, WrestleMania
is WrestleMania, exactly, right? That's the bucket list item. It's the biggest event. It is the biggest event in North America in fucking wrestling. Like, it's the Super Bowl.
It does.
They're setting capacity records left, right, and center.
They can hold more people than a Super Bowl can.
And also, it comes with the whole you can do access. All my expenses are paid.
You can do the whole fucking week.
I can do the whole weekend. I can do access. I can do the takeover the night before. Whatever it is, you know what?
Hall of Fame.
You can do all the stuff, right? Which is that, but. As the WrestleMania nostalgia factor isn't quite there for me. I'm a newbie. Double or Nothing has really, and the Elite, the Bullet Club, those guys have really been a big part of what we do here every week for me, right? It's captured a lot of my interest. And you go to Double or Nothing, you're there in fucking Vegas, MGM Grand, where some of the biggest fights of all time have taken place. That one venue, that one place.
Yeah, you'll have a very hardcore wrestling crowd.
And not only that, they do their similar access type stuff. They do their WrestleCon, Starcast. They do all that stuff. So you can have just as fun. I feel like you can have just as fun of a time. Oh my god, this is so hard though, but I'm really gonna have to say we're going to Vegas, baby.
We're going to Vegas. Swingers. Yeah. Well, if you're taking us to Vegas, I'll take us to Tampa.
Perfect. We're going to Tampa.
Do both. We're going to both.
We're going to Tampa, baby. Certainly, and I think as though it appears right now, we'll have to travel to the southern United States to ever go see a WrestleMania. At least
we'll see.
Now, the way that it's going,
the current holding pattern.
The current holding pattern, exactly. The Toronto doesn't necessarily have something that could support that, and the Sky Dome. Are you opening it up in April so you can do fireworks?
You can do indoor fireworks.
Of course you can. Well, you know, it's. I mean, there's probably a lot. They think, you know, there's a lot to think about. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. That's it.
Oh.
That's all we have for this week's Would You Rather.
That was a great one. So
It was fun.
that was a lot of fun.
I had a couple ready. I had a couple I came up with during this half hour before the show. You know, like some segments, I just write a couple things on the side for if we ever need them.
That's all. Yeah, that's all you got. So you just write a couple things on the side. Next thing you know, we have a fun old game of Would You Rather's.
Yeah.
But that was Let's take a break now because we still have a lot to cover in the Wednesday night. Of course, Elimination Chamber, the Chamber, baby. We're going to the Chamber.
We're going to chamber.
It's coming up, so we're gonna take a quick break and stick around. We'll be right back.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah.
We're back. It's part 2 of the show. Part 2 of the show. What's going on, Mike? I didn't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. The sequel, the squeakquel.
The sequel, the squeakquel to the part 1.
Yes, we were in Brooklyn. Now we're traveling over to the Rocky Mountains of Denver, Colorado, which is where Dynamite's taking place.
AEW. All Elite. They coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet.
Ooh, Dynamite, AEW. That's right. New champ, baby. John Moxley.
New world champ.
New world champ, quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, we just clarified. He is a world champion.
For all of those who are wondering. Moxley, 2 belts, as we're calling him, of course. This is the IWGP United States champion.
I almost forgot he's the U.S. IWGP. But yeah, he's here. John Mox. He comes out to start the show. His eyes all better. Great reception from the crowd, of course. He cuts a promo talking about winning the title, everything it represents professional wrestling. And, you know, he says that's what the fans want, man. We brought pro wrestling back, and but he knows the inner circle's still after him, so he dares them. And they do. They come out, led by Jericho, and there was a great sing-along of Judas from the crowd.
Yeah.
As they're getting better every week.
Keep getting better every week.
Yeah. Jericho cuts a promo. He says he doesn't need a damn belt to be Le Champion. And the Moxley era has begun, and it sucks ass. And Jericho says Mox is a cheater and a liar. He spends months training to face a man with one eye, and then he pulls this crap. And, Inner Circle, they're putting the entire roster on notice. We're going to tear everyone apart, starting with you. And there's a tag match for the main event later, and Jericho says that if Mox is able to walk out of here on his own tonight, he will take a leave of absence from AEW for 30 days. No, wait, 60 days. So, of course, we're all thinking, all right, this is their way of... the fans even started chanting, Fozzy sucks, which was hilarious. Because they're like, oh, you're taking time off for Fozzy?
Fozzy sucks.
Even though a minute ago they were singing along to Fozzy.
Well, you're going to have one good song. You know?
Yeah, they do have one good
song.
Yeah. So that was a fun opening promo.
Yeah, it was this was exactly what it needed to be.
And it made us all think. We're like, oh, of course. Jericho
exactly. Set up our main event. I think Moxley is kind of screw you former boss was fine. You know?
Yeah.
He was showered with the you deserves it's and all those sorts of things that he does truly deserve. So
he does, yeah. He did good stuff. He's had a great year.
Yeah.
Let's go on to some tag action here. SCU and Colt Cabana taking on the Dark Order. So 4-on-4 here. Cabana looked great in his first official AEW match.
His debut. The fans love him. That's for sure.
Fans loved him. Yeah. He hits his Chicago Skyline, followed by his Superman pin to get the win. Kind of a unique pinning thing there. It was fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
But then after the match, Evil Uno freaks out on the mic, saying the Exalted One is going to be furious. But that's all we get. We did not get a Matt Hardy tonight.
We got time.
Yes, that's fine. No, as you and I talked about off the show, there was that tease, the Matt Hardy video with the Young Bucks.
Oh, it wasn't a tease. The Young Bucks and Matt Hardy were standing directly across from each other. That was
it was a tease because a lot of people tuned in thinking they might see Matt tonight.
Oh yeah, right. But
But no, it's all but whether he is the Exalted One or he's involved in this angle at all. It's only a matter of time before Matt Hardy shows up.
It's only a matter of time before Matt Hardy shows up. Isn't it weird that like Matt Hardy's showing up on AEW, and we think that's the coolest thing ever, or it could be the coolest thing ever, right?
Yeah.
But in theory, like Goldberg on SmackDown should be giving us the same feeling, right? Or Taker on Raw, or like we should be getting us the same like level of this guy's a legend and he's here.
Some people do.
Yeah, it's like, but it was like the same intended effect, right? But it's weird that over here on Wednesday it works great, and we're always so stoked whenever. Of course, I think later on, like Jake the Snake Roberts comes out, we're all like, "Fuck yeah, you have a client! Okay, let's do this." But we see Taker, we see Goldberg, we see even maybe to a lesser extent like a John Cena type, and we're just like, fuck, like. No,
it's all
it's weird.
It's all about the presentation, I guess.
Really weird. Really weird how one show affects us in one way and the other one just doesn't.
Well, then you see a guy like Edge come back and people lose their mind,
and then you can lose your mind. Yeah, so maybe it's just kind of picking the right people.
Yeah, right place,
right
spots.
right time. That's a good point. You know?
Like Undertaker, he doesn't really go away long enough these days for it to be. People still get excited, but it's not like a huge deal.
No, it's because that entrance is so goddamn long. There's no pop anymore.
It's longer than the match or half the time.
Yeah, there's no pop anymore because it's not just like Big Dong, Taker shows up. It's
you pop for the dong, and
you
then
pop for the
3
dong
minutes later.
for sure. But then you see him 6.5 minutes later. It finally rises up, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, I'm already done cheering.
Yeah, but Matt Hardy watch continues.
Is the shoot meter flying?
Well, I think we're all in agreement.
Okay, well, I just we have to.
No, it's the exalted meter. Or the exalted meter. That's a whole different one.
Yeah.
Who's the exalted one? At this point, I'm thinking it's not going to be Matt Hardy because it's almost too obvious.
It's too obvious that it would be Matt Hardy.
But I think he'll still be. He might be involved one way or the other, whether for or against them. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. That's true. Maybe and I think AEW is super in tune with what's happening on the internet. All these Adam Page little funny, fucking hold my beer type shit. They know what's going on.
Yeah, and the way they quickly broke up the Nightmare Collective and they adjusted the Dark Order. They've done things.
Exactly.
Yeah. But let's go to some women's action here. Big Swole taking on Leva Bates, who we don't see too often. I guess she's probably on Dark, I guess, but.
Yeah, I bet that. I usually just kind of skim through Dark. I'll pick like one match to watch. I'm kind of like,
yeah, I'll usually look at the list of matches, and if there's something stands out, I'll. But anyways, Peter Avalon's here as well. He jumps on the apron to distract. So Big Swole super kicks him off, but then Bates nails her with a book behind the rest back, followed by a backstabber, but she does not get the cover. So Swole fights back and hits the Dirty Dancing for the win. So Leva Bates still looking for something.
Leva Bates still looking for a win, or maybe she's just that kind of dark gal.
That might be the role she's in.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of people, in NXT and on Raw that have to fill certain roles. It's part of the business.
I don't know if you know, but Leva Bates, she was on NXT a few years ago. She wrestled.
No fooling. What was her name?
As she was never officially signed, but her character was Blue Pants. And she was actually, she was on NXT TV. She was on a takeover or two. And she was a fun character, so I like her as a wrestler, but a way different character. She was just like a goofy, fun baby face. She wore blue pants, and her hair was blue. Still blue now. But she would come out and do these.
Hey, Blue Pants.
She was just a fun character. Yeah, Blue Pants.
Hey, Blue Pants.
And her song was like, ba-da-ba-da, da-da-ba-da. It was just so goofy.
Weird, yeah.
It's like, it's Blue Pants. It was just so goofy, but it was
that
the
guy from
crowd,
the guy
so
from
SNL
was announcing it?
It's
Blue Pants.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's some history for Leva Bates there.
There you go.
But then the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, comes out next. And he's got his... what kind of coat do you call that? It's not a trench coat. It's like a half...
I would call it a pea coat. It was just like a beige pea coat. Yeah.
I like it. You like it either way.
Nice coat. Yeah.
It suits him. Cody comes out.
I always want to buy a pea coat, but they don't have hoods. And the times that I would wear pea coat, that I would be wearing a coat, aka when it's cold, I like having a hood there in the wind option. That's what's always personally held me back from being a coat man. Or a peacoat man?
Here's my thing. I love sweaters that have a hood on it, but I never put the hood on.
Oh, you just always have it draped back.
Yeah, but if I'm buying a sweater, I like having a zip up sweater with a hood.
So if you went outside and it was windy and you only had your hoodie, you wouldn't put it up?
I mean, if it was really bad, I guess I would.
I think you
just
would
for casual.
Oh yeah, no, you're not just like walking around the house with your hood up. That's that.
No.
That's a red flag.
I mean, even outside, I very rarely.
That's a red flag. Yeah.
But yeah, Cody's out here. He's looking great, looking sharp. He's got that neck tattoo.
He's got that neck tattoo. It's official. I would have loved if he came out in his promo and first addressed that. It would have said, like, first thing, I have a neck tattoo. Let's move on. Second thing, MJF. Like, I really wish he would have just immediately gone out, like, addressed it. I think it's gonna grow on us. And
I think it looked better.
Cool.
I think it looked better here, just seeing it partially like peeking out with his. So I just wanted to get more ink to fill it in. Not. Anyways, he's out here. He does talk about that loss to MJF, but he wants MJF to come out here, look him in the eye, and say he beat him fair and square. But that's not who we get. Instead, WWE Hall of Famer, legend, Jake the Snake Roberts. Crowd's shocked. They show respect. They're chanting for him. Jake the Snake comes out, and he cuts a promo on Cody. He said he's tired of seeing you cry and bitch. I never cried over one match in my career. You got your ass kicked, boy. But that's not why I'm here. He's here because he's got a client. And the dark side will take over like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And he's going to be on the outside of the ring when his client faces you. So now we've got another mystery going on.
Another mystery. What? First of all, Jake Roberts.
Great promo, though.
Great promo
by Jake.
And, oh, my God, have you noticed that when these guys are cutting promos lately, like, the arena's fucking silent? Like, everybody is waiting to hear what the next person is saying. It was
Jake the Snake, he's always had he speaks in a very raspy, like, cutting tone.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, anytime he's on a
Cody Rhodes, I'll kick your ass.
Like the crowd was dead silent during the Moxley thing. They do the same thing during Cody, and it was great for everyone to be bought in. This was a great promo.
Yeah, it was good, and now we got another mystery. He's not the exalted one, right? It can't be the same guy.
No. I think it's different people.
Two mystery.
Do we have a guess? Who was signed recently?
This one's harder to guess. I don't know. It could be someone we don't expect.
Yeah, or if I'm trying to think if there's somebody who's like signed but we haven't seen yet, or like we know has, or who's left WWE lately.
I don't know. If they hadn't used Jeff Cobb that one week, they could have put him in here.
Oh yeah, Jeff Cobb. Yeah, what happened to Jeff Cobb? He didn't make the shirt.
I don't think he's part of the Inner Circle.
No,
I think that was just
they have their the Inner Circle's new shirt that looks like the Appetite for Destruction cover.
Yeah,
there's only 5 of them. He didn't make the.
So he's not. Yeah. So there. Oh well, good promo, good statement.
Good promo, great.
Oh, and then the ending. The ending was awesome too. When he says to Cody, he's like, "I never turn my back on someone I respect or I fear," and then he turns his back on him and throws the mic away.
Yeah.
Just to rub it in.
So is that Cody is Cody just gonna move on from MJF? Is that what that means?
I don't know. It depends who this new guy is.
Who is this new guy?
We gotta find out. What if it's a big tarantula?
It could be. It could just be a massive tarantula.
Mm-hmm. What if every week Rowan's spider gets bigger, and then at WrestleMania he just rides out on this mechanical thing?
No, I don't even know what I would do. No. I don't even know what I would do.
What if it just becomes goofy? The crowd gets in on it like Orange Cassidy. Everyone starts loving the spider. They start chanting, "We want Spider." It's possible in this crazy wrestling world.
That's a good point. Maybe if they have a person in a person-sized spider costume given destroyers, suddenly man. It's...
we have technology now to make some pretty good costumes.
And then...
Where you could have a guy walk out in a life-size spider costume and just start...
Yeah, it's fucking just dropping super kicks or and all these sorts of things. And the spider web is the name of either like the finisher or, or I think this final submission move would be called the spider web.
But let's move on here. We got the bastard Pac taking on Chuck Taylor. Chucky T. He hits some really cool move called the Awful Waffle, which was like a pile driver in the corner. I don't know.
Okay.
Pac kicks out of that. He survives. Chuck goes for a moonsault. Pac avoids it. He locks in the brutalizer. Gets a submission win. And then after the match, Orange Cassidy gets in Pac's face, but the Lucha Bros come down and super kick him. Like, what's their problem? So the three of them, Pac and the Lucha Bros, they beat up on the best friends. Pac grabs the microphone and says, "We are Death Triangle." So they're an official group now.
Hey, I think we called this last week too.
Yeah, we didn't call them the Death Triangle.
Well, no, we didn't call them.
But we did see the grouping, yeah. So, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, sure, why not? People can be friends,
Yeah.
right?
And
Just
this,
let people be friends.
And now Lucha Bros, they never really say anything in English, so Pac can kind of speak for them.
Yeah.
Say some stuff instead of, yeah.
Yeah, he's great on the mic, healing it up.
Yeah.
Like we said a couple weeks ago, maybe it was just last week. Like
And then they
Pac
still do
loves
that, yeah.
being a piece of or not. He's not a piece of shit. He's just like a bad guy. He loves
Great wrestler, bad guy.
Great wrestler, bad guy. Genuinely loves I hope he
Loves the game.
being a bad guy.
Yeah.
But because you can't tell because he's always just so consistent.
He just always looks like a pissed
He
off,
always looks
angry.
so pissed off. So like, are you really pissed
that
off,
grimace.
or is this? Are you so good that you're not pissed off?
I like it though.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the group.
Of course.
And at the end, Death Triangle is like, or as they call it, and they're like, La Suela del Loco.
No, De La Muerte. Come on.
De La Muerte.
Come on.
I was improvising.
You didn't write that down word for.
Okay.
Remember,
I don't want to say it.
Remember, it was the Escalara de la Muerte. Remember, that's always how you remember.
I got my ladder matches confused because it was a triangle ladder match, wasn't it? A three-way?
No, it was just Bucks.
Okay.
He didn't need a third team to add to that work of art.
Okay,
Hey, Bucks are 2 for 2 on massive tag matches in the last year. We're putting them over.
But they're 0-2.
But they're 0-2 in terms of winning. But they're 2-0 in terms of going out on their backs, if you know what I mean.
This is a random side thought. So you know how some racist people out there.
Jesus Christ, Mike.
No. Indulge me.
No.
So maybe not even right. Maybe like innocent children. You know, children innocent. They hear someone speaking a foreign language. They try to imitate it.
Okay.
And they just say gibberish, right?
Yeah.
What's the equivalent of someone like trying to pretend to speak English? Have you ever heard something like that? Like, how would you pretend?
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
You don't know what I mean?
No, I don't. I
want to try to give you an example without being racist. Okay, let's say a little boy goes up to a Chinese person and just starts saying,
No. Okay, stop. I know what you mean.
So what would you say to the English person then? Let's say a Chinese boy goes up to an English person.
Yeah. You'd probably say stuff like, "Oh my god."
See, I'm not sure. This is a scientific question here.
And we're not scientists. We're just professional wrestling commentators.
Why can't we breach the world? Why can't we break down barriers?
This is not a barrier that needs to be broken.
I'm just curious.
It is a good question. I would say it would be like I don't even know.
These are the scientists at work. I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know.
We've gone off the rails.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I just can't think. Like, I think if anything, it would be like a proper name.
It's a valid question.
Or,
be like, oh.
Stop. Let's keep.
Oh, like wow.
Stop.
Like wow.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like wow. OMG, I don't know, like quick little things.
Well, you understand. It's a good question.
I understand. It's a question. I'll give you that. But fresh off a victory at the hands of Dustin Rhodes at AEW Revolution, Jake Hager made his Dynamite television debut, taking on QT Marshall of the Nightmare family, which I guess is just kind of like the extended universe of Cody's friends. Stephen Amell was there on the weekend. I don't think we mentioned that.
The Green Arrow.
Is that his name? Green Arrow?
I think it's not the
I've never seen the show. I just know
I don't pay attention. I don't know it. I only know him from wrestling, from Cody.
Exactly, yeah. And he was he had that match at Allin against someone that was surprisingly fun.
And he had a couple matches in WWE as well.
Really?
He's been in it. Yeah. him and Cody were paired up there as well. They're buddies.
Well, that's probably how they're buddies, But anyways, we're getting the Hager Marshall match, and it ends with Jake Hager getting a win.
Yeah, his standing arm triangle choke again. He gets the submission. And then after Santana, Ortiz, Hager, they all beat up on Dustin and QT. And then Cody comes out to help, but he's nailed with a chair. So Matt Jackson comes out to help. No Nick. He's not there this week. So, Matt Jackson was there. Then Hangman Page comes stumbling down with a drink. He puts his drink on the ring post, starts unloading on the heels, ends up with a buckshot onto Hager. Then he picks up his beer and continues drinking. And then he gives Matt the middle finger and leaves, so they're still not cool. But Paige looking like a badass.
Paige is a badass, and everybody loves seeing him, And
didn't even spill a drop. Just put his beer down, got it back.
And he's got it right back. And I feel like this was fine for everyone.
Yeah, it was good.
Why not?
Let's go to the main event.
Main event time.
Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara taking on Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. But Moxley is attacked during his entrance, and they beat him up into the concourse all over the arena.
Oh, my God. I felt so bad for Darby Allin. What's Darby Allin been doing for weeks now? He's backstage in the locker room, and then Healy shit's going down, and he's like, fuck, I want to stop all this Healy shit from going down. He's saving everyone. He saved, Jungle Boy. I think he saved Moxley last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks in a row or something. And Jon Moxley couldn't just, for 1 second be like, hey, thanks, bud. Let's go down to the ring together. Or let's both enter from the top together. Moxley, this one's on you, bud. This one's on you. I gotta,
Well, yeah, that's he likes to come in through the crowd.
I get it.
Risks.
I get it, but
it has its risks.
But then Darby Allin could have grinded down the railing. It would have been
it could have done something. But no, what we get is 2-on-1. Darby Allin's on his own. Mox is beaten up backstage. So Darby, he puts up a great fight, survives as long as he can. He goes for a suicide dive at one point, but Jericho catches him midair with that Judas effect, and Sammy covers him for the win. But then Mox, he does recover. He ends up coming out at the end with a chair. He starts running wild on the inner circle, but they outnumber him, and they give him the Shield powerbomb off the stage through a table. And then they even do a shield pose at the end, but they all give a middle finger instead of a fist bump.
They all give a middle finger. A little jab, maybe. A little bit of a jab.
But the inner circle, the swerve, we thought Jericho would lose here, go for 60 days, but he gets the win. Moxley's laid out. So the inner circle stays strong.
Well, yeah, like they said, they're gonna stick around. Hands up to Darby Allin though, who had a great match. I think this was fucking maybe even 2 commercial breaks worth.
Yeah, he was going strong.
Of time, he was going strong. He always has a great opportunity to show off. Jim Ross does this thing where, so Le Champion, for all those listeners who don't speak French, is a loose way to say the champion, right? But Jim Ross doesn't get that L-E is a preposition for the. Because the word is a masculine word, just like la, L-A is still also a proposition for when a word is feminine. So he calls Jericho the Le Champion. He does it even just thinking about los, like it was Spanish. That doesn't and he's so old and cute that you're like, oh, JR.
Yeah,
JR. But listen for that next time. The Le Champion. He'll definitely pepper a few of those into any Chris Jericho bout.
Yeah, hey, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
And good angle, good ending.
Hot ending.
Yeah, Mox Man in the inner circle. They're not done. And that's okay.
Nor should they be.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We got a couple months before Double or Nothing. We also got that Blood and Guts thing in a couple weeks. We don't know who's going to be in that. I think they announced all the rules are going to be laid out next week. Because I don't know. Okay. We don't know if it's going to be tag or how many teams or one-on-one or what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah, so I could see them going really either way with this thing, especially with this new Dark Triangle vibe.
It could be. So there's 5 members of the inner circle. You get 5 versus, Moxley, the Bucks, Omega, Page.
I don't know if it's too soon. I think it's too soon for Moxley and Omega to be so close.
Okay.
Because
know.
that match at what was that? Not Double or Nothing. It was the one All Out. I think.
All Out. Yeah.
Like that one was. It was just two. You know, it was like the two faces worked in that match because we just wanted to see it all happen so bad.
It was the rematch where they went crazy, wasn't it?
No, I think the first one. I don't think they had a rematch.
Oh wait, so no, the first match wasn't at All Out, wasn't it? Wasn't it when they had that the lights out match? That was the main event of Full Gear, wasn't it? Or something? When they had the barbed wire net and all that shit.
Oh yeah, that would have been All Out, and then Full Gear would have been the lights out match. I don't quite remember.
Yeah,
I don't quite remember. But
I don't know.
but either way,
because they were supposed to fight and they didn't fight, and so I got confused. Yeah, I can't remember the whole history of it, but
right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah, I don't know. That blood and guts. We'll see.
We will see. I am very excited for it because, as Tony Schiavone said, we love blood and guts here at AEW. Next up on the card. Oh no, that was it. That was the action.
That was it.
That was
the card,
AEW Dynamite. Another great moment when Britt Baker was on commentary. She gave Tony Schiavone a Starbucks cup. And dude, oh my god, that guy has the coolest job. He just gets to doesn't take a bump, but just gets to kind of take it and make money. Let's move over to it's Wednesday night. You know, I mean, Wednesday night keeps rolling on because concurrently at the same time there's a big old steel cage hanging above our heads that we've been promised here on NXT.
NXT, what does it mean? I don't know, but it's some good wrestling. So NXT, watch and see. Gotta tap out a count out of 1, 2, 3. So
yeah, we're getting a pair.
I mean, if you're gonna use it once, you might as well use it twice. That's what they say. You already brought it, so why not?
Yeah.
I saw this insane footage recently of Seth Rollins. There was a moment in a cage match
when he almost dies.
When he almost gets impaled. He's so so the cage has like around it kind of like 4 or 5, however many other sides, pegs that do go into something so it can remain secure.
Yeah, to ground
and Seth,
anchor it.
In this moment, like the cage is coming down and his belt is in there or something is in there.
Yeah, he's trying to escape or do something.
And he goes and then he so then as he's crawling up, he's in the exact place of where the spike is coming down into the hole.
And it's like inches away. It's
lowering. Oh my God! Seth Rollins almost got impaled on live television.
But then, he escapes and someone flips the switch and it starts going up at the last second. But that could have been very ugly.
Wow, yeah, that was crazy. So let's not hope we get any of that shit going on here because I think we're kicking off.
We do. We kick off
with a steel cage match.
Tegan Nox.
Yep.
Tegan Nox taking on Dakota Kai in a steel cage. NXT, one of the only companies where you'll see consistent women's mid-card feud that the crowd's actually into, which is nice.
That's the slogan.
That's the slogan right there. Regal, type it up.
NXT, the only place where you'll see consistent women's mid-card action. It's a big marquee, but I think they can roll with it.
And of course that Raquel
Gonzalez.
I forget her. Huh?
Gonzalez,
that's it. Raquel Gonzalez was on the outside watching all this, and Dakota Kai's in control. They're both slamming each other into the cage. Kai hits a chiropractor, which is like a Canadian destroyer backbreaker. Looked
pretty cool.
They fight up the cage. They're both climbing. Nox choke slams her off the top rope from the side of the cage. And then Nox climbs up to the top of the cage. She sees Raquel on the other side, so she decides to jump off the top into the ring. Huge crossbody onto the Kai. Those surgically repaired knees, that's a risky bump to take.
Oh, yeah.
But good bump. Tegan Nox goes to the door. Raquel blocks the door from her escaping, so Kai goes running in. Nox avoids it. Kai nails the cage door into her friend Raquel. Tegan Nox hits the shiniest wizard, but only gets a 2 count. So then Raquel starts trying to get in the cage. Nox climbs up to the top again. Kai climbs up after her. She kicks her down, so Nox is like scaled all the way up to the top. She's on the outside. Raquel's trying to drag Kai out of the door, but Nox kicks the door, hits Kai's knee, but then Raquel grabs the door and pins Tegan between the cage and the door, allowing Kai to crawl out and win. Limp away. Creative finish. I like that ending there.
Yeah, the back and forth finish there.
Yeah, just trapping her between the door and the cage.
Mike, like you just said, not only NXT, the place where there's consistent mid-card females action, NXT, the place where great non-title matches are happening. And this is consistent ever since they moved over to USA. Like, yeah, not only was this a great match in the women's mid-card division, but just another one that wasn't for a title and still ended up banging.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Women's mid-card feud. This has been going on since November, like War Games, and they've been, a good storyline. Just been going. So, I enjoy it.
Yeah, and likely leading to another showdown at the next TakeOver.
Yeah, we'll see, unless they're in that ladder match, because that's what our next match is. We're having a qualifier match for that NXT number 1 contender ladder match at Tampa Bay TakeOver. We got Shotzi Blackheart, one of my new favorites, taking on Chelsea Green of Robert Stone brand. Crowd's into Shotzi, as I am, but she's good too. And she's got Robert Stone with her, so that does something.
That's that guy. Managers, like we said.
That's the guy.
Like we said.
Yeah. They make a difference.
They have been known to make a difference.
Chelsea Green hits the I'm Prettier to get the win and qualify for the ladder match at TakeOver Tampa. So poor Shotzi.
Poor Shotzi, but she's new. We'll give her some time.
Yeah,
give her some time. NXT is NXT, the place where there's hot mid card women's action. Maybe Shotzi Blackheart's best option is to go to the mid card. That's where all the shit's popping.
What? We did it last week, I think it was. We just randomly, in the middle of the show, you put something over, right?
I think I did.
Yeah, so we're bringing back putting it over. We're just going to randomly do it. I'm going to put something over from Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh, my Lord.
You got to watch this clip real quick. It's like 5 seconds long. Just take a click. Watch Shotzi Blackheart.
Take a click? What do you mean?
I just sent you something on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Do you get that?
I closed the little window.
Okay. Well, indulge me for a second.
No, you can explain what it is while I'm watching. Here it's loaded.
Well, I want to hear your reaction first.
Okay. Shotzi Blackheart, of course, she put out this video of her on Instagram here. Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah,
I love professional wrestling.
Fucked up.
Folks at home, what just happened? Of course, you just heard along what we were doing. Shotzi Blackheart, she goes for like a tope suicida onto a woman who's on a stack of 3 chairs, and the woman just like jumps out of the way, and Shotzi goes face first into all 3 of them.
Just the way her body just boom whips and dies. It was a great bump. She was wrestling in Evolve then, but
that was entertaining. That was entertaining as hell.
Something we haven't seen from her yet in NXT, so that lets you know that there's a hardcore side to Shotzi that I'm looking forward to unleashing. But I'm putting you over, Shotzi.
That was perfect.
Putting you over.
Putting her over. That's great. You're over, kid.
All right. You're over. Let's keep going here. The glorious one, Keith Lee, is out next. He cuts a promo. He mentions, some of the men after his title, Dijakovic, Damian Priest. But then Cameron Grimes comes out to interrupt. And he cuts a promo saying, forget them. He wants a shot. And Regal's giving him that match next week. And I think Lee clocks him, knocks him out. So we'll get that title match next week.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Okay.
Yeah.
There we have it.
Yeah, that happened.
There we have it.
Then we get some tag action. Danny Burch and One Lorcan taking on Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Solid match here. Good tag wrestling. Undisputed Era get the win after hitting the high-low. And they cut a promo after the match saying something's missing. Their NXT tag titles. And then the Broserweights come out to interrupt. And Riddle's just like, bro, you want a rematch? That's fine. Whatever. They're going to give it to them. And then the Grizzled Young Vets come out and attack from behind. So it looks like they want a shot as well. So we'll see.
Everybody wants a shot.
Yeah. Because at NXT, tag team wrestling is relevant. Which is good. But then let's go to some of the young blood. We got Isaiah Swerve Scott taking on Austin Theory, who's been featured these last few weeks. It's just good back and forth match. Theory gets the win with the ATL. I forget what that stands for.
Atlanta, I believe.
Atlanta. And then we get some back. Mauro Ranallo has a serious sit-down interview with Johnny Gargano.
Yes, it was quite serious.
Yeah.
They were sitting down.
Yeah, they weren't. This wasn't like backstage.
It wasn't a
It was
backstage
like a real
segment. Nobody was awkwardly looking at a television screen.
No, they were eye to eye looking at each other.
Just two men talking. Mornella's looking great, of course.
Oh yeah. He goes over their history with Ciampa, and we all want to know, Johnny, why Johnny? But Johnny just says, you know why. And he gets angry. He starts getting up, gets in Mauro's face, yelling, and Mauro's getting very uncomfortable in all this. He doesn't want to get attacked for no reason, so Mauro walks away from the interview as Johnny was being a dick.
Fuck you, Johnny.
Yeah, fuck you, Johnny.
Fuck you,
Mauro's just doing
bud.
his job.
Just doing his fucking job.
Yeah, you sound very
You used to
upset.
do jobs, Johnny Gargano. You used to job.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
Take it.
Yeah.
Ciampa, I like Ciampa too much, I think. Even on those Gargano Ciampa feuds, I've always been a team Ciampa guy.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano, he was getting a little too white meat baby face.
Which is fine,
nice to have some nice-
but then right before he hit that point of it being too much, he's on the other side. But I'm still Team Ciampa. Yeah. Ciampa as a kid, he has a little baby.
Gargano's got a nice wife.
Yeah, but he has a little baby.
Yeah, what? Anyone can have a baby.
This baby can't grow up without a father.
It's what you do with that baby.
Exactly. You don't think Tommaso Ciampa's a great dad and, takes his kid, changes the diaper and all that kind of shit?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say just from watching him wrestle.
You can't tell that about him? He said he's a great father?
I don't know. I can tell Daniel Bryan is. That's
one thing you can tell. Even
The Miz seems like a great father.
when he was the new Daniel Bryan, you could tell that he was so impassioned because he just wanted to create a better world for his kids.
Yeah, he wasn't even that bad of a guy. He was just very
I think
closed.
No, he was very turn the mirror on yourself. and that's all he was, and he was just trying to create a better world for his for his daughter, and I think that's what's most important. Where the Miz doesn't give a fuck about the world of the future. He's like, yeah, my daughter's gonna be rich forever. It doesn't matter.
He does care about her.
Well, of course he cares about her, but he's like, no, she's gonna be fucking riding around in Escalades and air conditioning. That doesn't matter.
Air conditioning. Yeah. Main event
time. Hey.
We get Roderick Strong taking on Velveteen Dream in our second steel cage match of the night. They get at it right away. Both men very aggressive out of the gate. Roddy's wrestling in his pants. He's not even wearing his trunks. We had pants.
Yeah,
Roddy.
I don't know where this laid on the. Oh my god! On the outfit. List.
I mean, he knew he had a match.
He knew he had a match, right? Because remember,
chose.
there was that one time where we think it was Bobby Fish got hurt very early on in the match.
Yeah.
Then by the time they came back to commercial, Roddy was there, but you're like, oh shit! Clearly, he was like, dude, get out there.
He was clear. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, it's not whatever, Mike. It's not whatever.
No, whatever.
It's not what. It's how dare you say whatever?
Yeah. So here we go. They're in the cage. They're throwing each other into it. Marina Shafir comes out. She slides a kendo stick in for Roddy, but Dream gets a hold of it, starts unloading on him. But Strong counters this by taking off his shoe, and he starts beating Dream with it at one point. At least I think that was his shoe.
Something like I think it might have been.
Someone's shoe was in there.
Somehow a shoe made it in there.
Roddy Strong, he climbs up the cage. Dream grabs him by the back of the pants, exposing his buttocks to the crowd. And then the crowd chanted asshole after, which made me laugh. Great quick thinking by the crowd there. Both men, they fight on top of the rope, climbing the cage. Roddy hits a big Olympic slam off the side of the cage. And then later, Dream hits 2 Dream Valley drivers in a row. And then he climbs up to the top of the cage and he stands up. But the rest of Undisputed Era come out to the ring. So he jumps back in and he starts fighting them off as they're trying to climb the cage and get in. And Adam Cole does get inside. So Roddy tries to get out the door. Dream grabs him and he just says, fuck it. And he tosses Roddy out of the cage, losing the match. But he doesn't care because Adam Cole's still alone with him, and he handcuffs the door shut and he beats on Cole with a stick and a chair. Roddy comes back in. He gets beaten up as well. Dream hits a Death Valley driver onto a chair. He grabs Cole's NXT title and celebrates. So he's coming. He's coming for that thing.
And he's coming for it, Mike. NXT, the place where solid mid-card women's division matches happen.
Pretty much solid every
and
card is
solid non-title matches happen. Again, this was just that.
The home of great wrestling.
Yeah, these guys are having a great match. Over like a feud that started over a title that neither one of them have anymore. Isn't that kind of? I mean, of course, Velveteen Dream's injury kept him out a little bit there. But he seems to be on the path to Adam Cole, and
he is.
Yeah,
and we're down with that. That injury sidelined him. He might have been up there right now.
And in a world of what if, where Tommaso Ciampa didn't get hurt, so Gargano eventually won that. And would he still be champion right now? Would Adam Cole have taken that from him already? The entire landscape could have been entirely different if that Tommaso Ciampa injury didn't happen the way it did. And we've been saying this for years now. Velveteen Dream is the fucking future.
Yeah, we love him, and
he's the future.
He is the future. He's the present.
Exactly.
And
isn't he like 23? And that always shocks us. Every single time. We're like, wait, he's a fucking child.
Yeah, he's super young, super talented, and who knows? Is Cole already have an opponent for Tampa? Is he?
That's a good question. I haven't.
I guess this could be Dream Cole. They got a month to build it up if they want to go that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And
I don't know the Dream
with time on television, of course. Why not? Why not? No matches on the docket so far. Oh, Chelsea Green is qualified for the ladder match, and she's the only person who is for sure on there.
Who's scheduled on the card? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And
that was the show.
That was the show.
That was another week of NXT.
Yeah. Let's look at this in the Elimination Chamber real quick.
The Elimination Chamber. The Chamber of Elimination. No Escape is what it's called in Germany.
I think there's some sort of...
It's the word chamber that they really don't like being used.
The translation
for a few reasons.
Well.
Yeah. There's a show I listened to where I think the guy on the show came up with the No Escape name. I think that was figured out by Matt McCarthy. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, okay. Book the card match. Book the match. Well, no, book the card, Mike. There we go. Book the card, Mike. What's the first match of the night?
All right. We'll kick off with the United States Championship match. Andrade is finally defending it again against Humberto Carrillo. But no matter what happens, we're going to lead this to our multi-man WrestleMania match, lucha match, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. That's where we have to go. It's going to be these four, because I guess Zelina Vega is kind of managing two of them, so she's going to kind of have to make the call eventually too. Maybe Zelina Vega on a ladder match or Zelina Vega on a pole match. That can kind of lead us to what eventually will be a barn burner of a lucha ladder, or an Escalara de la Muerte, if I may.
You may.
May I?
You may. Aunt May.
And I'm Uncle Ben. Let's keep rolling.
No disqualification match will be happening between Aleister Black and AJ Styles.
Great.
So there must be a winner.
There must be a winner here.
The OC will probably be interfering because they're allowed.
Yeah, that's one part that's a bummer, because it would just be great to see these two in a singles match without a screwy finish and with no shenanigans. But AJ, he's gonna be rolling hot, unfortunately.
Yeah, but at least they'll get a good length, hopefully, compared to the Raw match.
Or who knows? There's no DQs. What's to stop that big dong from from giving Aleister Black the win? Who knows? Black Dong Man. They're both creatures of the night, as it were. That'd be fun too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Book
Either
it.
way, the wrestling.
Book it.
Then we got the newly crowned Raw Tag Team Champions, Street Profits, giving title defense, giving a rematch to Rollins and Murph the Smurf. So it'll probably be the same shit.
Yeah, hopefully Street Profits walk away with it just because they are the future of the division.
Yeah, let them go. Let the crowd have some fun, chant about smoking and shit.
Smoking and shit.
Then on the other tag team division, we get the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. The Miz and John Morrison defending against the New Day, the Usos, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, and Ziggler and Rude. Yeah, this one I could really go any way except for the Lucha House Party.
This will be great. You know, it is the first of the Elimination Chamber matches. It'll be great to see. The Usos are going to jump off the pods. John Morrison's going to do some parkour off the pods.
We got Otis and Ziggler
of course,
interacting.
That's going to be fun. You know, I mean, I think everybody has a place
It'll be
here.
fun. It won't be
end of-
it won't be the best chamber match of all time, but it should be plenty.
Yeah,
of fun.
as long as it doesn't get too busy, because that's like what 8. How many teams is it?
6
If it's
teams.
6 teams, it's 12
men.
people, right? You know, hopefully it doesn't get too busy and that kind of thing. New Day, Usos, they're badass together. I don't know.
They can carry the
I don't know
match.
if this may just stay on on Mismo. I don't know.
It may indeed.
Not sure.
But let's go to another title match. We have a 3-on-1 handicap match as Braun Strowman will be defending that Intercontinental title against the team of Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn, who gets to wrestle once every 5 months.
So,
But
I was just curious, and I was just trying to find matches, like handicap matches, where the team with the most people won. And it happens so infrequently that it like just rarely happens, and it certainly doesn't happen for a title. If you play WWE 2K, if you play the video games, and you can it will let you make a championship match, a handicap match, but if you lose, the belt just goes on whoever got the pin.
that's what I assume would happen. In
it
real
was just
life.
I was curious because not that I see a world where Braun Strowman's losing right here, but you know. I don't like handicap matches, especially when it's big dude against 3 not big dudes.
Yeah, most of the time the handicap match, it's all played out. We all know
Of course, because they'll book Braun in the Rumble and he eliminates 12 people, right? So I'm not surprised when he can get through Shinsuke Cesaro and Sami Zayn, who are all 3 great dudes. But I'm not surprised because I'm because I've seen you eliminate how many people in that fucking 50-man Rumble? I've seen that already. This is hard, it's Braun's just gonna keep it.
Yeah, he will.
He will.
Let's go on. We don't know what the main event will be, but this is what I'm booking as the main event: the women's Elimination Chamber match to determine who will face Becky for that women's title at WrestleMania.
This is going to be fun. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure is going to be on Natalya in this match. She is she's the vet.
The wily vet, the workhorse
She's
of the match.
the vet, as it were. Of course, did Asuka and Shayna Baszler ever say hi in NXT?
Yeah, they'll be in there. They can hold their own.
And hopefully, at least between Liv and Ruby or Sarah in there, this could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, last year's women's chamber match, I had a lot of fun with that. The tag title.
Yeah, this is Asuka's second. Her second Rumble, I guess, or her second chamber.
Yeah. Most of us assume Shayna Baszler's going to win, but there's always a chance of a wild swerve.
There's always a chance of a wild swerve, Ronda Rousey.
Liv Morgan. What if Ronda Rousey just breaks open the chamber?
Exactly, and then
people.
That
like the Terminator.
God, there's your fucking Mania main event. Shayna or the Swerve.
Yeah, Shayna or the Swerve.
Is that how you would bet on wrestling? How if you're betting, if you're just doing a pick'em
on the
thing,
field,
you're betting for sports, you're betting for the over, betting for the under. So it's I'm betting, you're betting Shayna to win, but not cover the Swerve.
Not cover, or if she doesn't cover the elimination.
Yeah, she's favored by 2.5 eliminations, and you're like, ah.
There are sites that do take bets on wrestling.
Oh, really?
So.
That's
Oh, yeah.
funny.
Oh, yeah. I've never indulged.
See,
but,
I think you could play have you ever been to a Super Bowl party where they're playing squares? It's our dads probably do it. That's definitely an older, in a 60-year-old thing or whatever. I'm
Yeah,
sure we
it's
could do
just,
that, but with Mania.
Oh yeah, you could come up with a bunch
figure
of.
it out. Yeah, just like you put 25 cents on a thing, or not even put any money, and then like you win something at the end, or
Yeah,
oh no,
there's plenty of ways you can make.
plenty of ways you
games
can
out
do
of
it. But that's the chamber preview. Damn, I hope it'll be a fun time.
Yeah, keep it at the 6-match card. It is. Both chambers can have some time. We
And
can
then
have some fun.
who do we put on the? We got to put someone on the pre-show.
Well, they can always add a match.
Oh,
They usually
I hope.
do.
I sure as hell
They
hope
usually
they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's the fucking?
No. You know what they'll put on the pre-show? They'll put SmackDown. They'll put a SmackDown Women's thing on the pre-show. They'll have to. That show is tonight. And I'm just looking on this card right now. There's no SmackDown. It doesn't feel like there's a SmackDown.
Yeah, Bailey's not doing anything. Naomi.
I mean, the whole
Lacey, all
fucking
that.
chamber is the Raw.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown is tonight, so they do have a chance to add a match or so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see, and you will
Ooh.
see. And there you have it, folks. That was the week. That was the wrestling week. That is, of course, it's going to move on. We'll have more shows ready for you because we still have SmackDown, and of course the aforementioned Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So you're going to come back for that. I think it'll be great. Before we wrap up the show, however, we always wrap up the show this way. It is with our wrestler of the week.
It's the wrestler of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week.
Mike, I'm going to kick off the rest of the week here for you. I'm giving it back to someone who I've given this to before this year, I think, even. No, I haven't, but that's okay. I've given it before. Darby Allin, you are my wrestler of the week. He spent so much time in there with Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. They put on great matches. This Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara are actually turning out to be a pretty good.
The hot young.
They're turning out to be a pretty
guys.
good little thing. That's gonna be a world title match sometime in the future, and just another great show out. There you go.
Yeah, no, he had a great performance, great week.
Mm-hmm.
I was, same with Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai, their cage match. I was close to giving them a nod, but I will agree with you and give it to Darby.
No way! Hey, there we go,
Yeah.
Mike. We've been
The
on
streak.
a
Yeah, we're back. We had that one. We broke the streak last week.
we've been on a tear lately, though.
But we're 3 out of 4. I don't know. We're doing all right. We're Darby. Yeah, he's an upstart.
Yeah, like it's as soon as he comes down when Healy shit's going on in the ring, man. That's the way to play it. He wants.
He's like Batman.
He wants the Healy shit to stop. I also saw a video of him on Instagram. He's at Travis Pastrana's house, and
the motorcycle.
the motorcyclist, and I guess
Yes.
he coffin drops into like one of those like a safety pit.
Foam pit.
Yeah, like a foam pit
Yeah.
thing that is safe. I mean, I'm sure there's of course there's like a level of impact. I have no clue what it feels
Yeah.
like, but I guess it's safe enough. And he falls for like 4 seconds. So however high up that is to flat out fall for 40 seconds, and he coffin drops. I hope I saved it. I think I saved it, and I meant to send it to you. It's one hell of a video.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Y'all check that out. Be sure to check out the show on YouTube. Remember, it's there. You can like it there. You can rate, review, like, and subscribe. Apple Podcasts. Does Spotify have a way of liking or commenting or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But if you do have a Spotify account, just I'll constantly have the podcast
do something.
on like repeat at all times, and then
Playlist. When you go to sleep, you need something for the background, some noise.
and then
to
just
help.
mute it, and then just have it keep running
Yeah.
because I don't think the stats know how loud you're listening to it at.
Well, even if you put on like 1 or 2, like some white noise, help you sleep.
That could all be. And you know where to find us. We'll be back when we have more wrestling shit to talk about, Mike. But you take care for now.
Yes, the world keeps turning.
Shoot.